Most beautiful thing I ever saw. Thousands, maybe 1 million people gathered, so quiet. It was a peaceful rally.
January 6th.
January 6th.
Birds chirping, police officers screaming.
No.
No.
No, I saw them sitting around waiting for their donuts.
Some of them were attacked that day.
They were.
Did you not see the videos?
I couldn't watch it.
You could watch it. Why is that?
When we went home and we were watching on TV what happened,
Yes.
I said, turn that off. That is not what happened today.
You didn't see any violence?
No.
But to be clear, when it was on television, violent images, you turned it off.
I turned it off because it wasn't true. It wasn't an accurate depiction of what was going on that day.
What was it? Was it like magical CGI George Lucas shit?
Oh, well, yeah, could be. I don't know.
The 2020 election was stolen from Donald Trump.
Yes, I do.
Why should someone like you serve in this kind of official capacity for an election?
Well, I would think I would probably be a good candidate.
I want to talk about how this election's being stolen town by town, precinct by precinct, all across America. And it's happening here in Texas, everywhere.
This is the auction barn most of the time.
On Election Day, David Tribes will be here, serving the voters of Precinct 13 in Gillespie County, Texas. And you have an official title. And
Yes, sir.
What is that title?
I'm an election judge.
Tribes' role as an election precinct judge usually wouldn't raise any eyebrows in this Texas hill country town until you hear this. So you believe the 2020 election was stolen from Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
Why should someone like you serve in this kind of official capacity for an election?
Well, I would think I would probably be a good candidate because I'm going to be really keen looking for anything that looks wrong, and my objective is integrity. Not that my guys win, but integrity.
The story of how Gillespie County reached this point is a cautionary tale of how the 2020 election denying conspiracy theories virus keeps spreading. There's nothing glamorous about the Gillespie County Election Administrator's office. Inside, the small election team did their work, but by mid-August, all 3 employees had quit 3 months before the midterm election.
Hell, at my polling place, there was actually a state-sanctioned person there with a black shirt on that said 1776 and 2 rifles on the shoulder. He was a poll watcher. Whatever the fuck. This is happening all across Texas right now.
Even though Donald Trump won this county with 79% of the vote, some Republicans were convinced something wasn't right. In August of this year, the elections administrator, Anissa Herrera, was done. She wrote in her resignation letter that threats against election officials, dangerous misinformation, poor working conditions, and absurd legislation have completely changed her job.
I've had to learn a lot of information really quickly.
Jerry Vaclav is a Gillespie County Democrat who will work as an alternate precinct judge. He attended those polling location training sessions and says what he heard from the election conspiracy theorists troubles him.
One of the major questions in our training session is, well, what are we supposed to do with the fake IDs that the Biden administration is issuing to illegals when they cross the border? And the Secretary of State just said, Representative just said, that's not happening, and we went on.
For now, officials are hoping for the best.
And they've put people in place to make sure that they can overthrow this election, and more importantly, the next one. This is how they stop Beto O'Rourke, making sure that district by district, county by county, they throw out all of his votes.
Do you feel confident that this election will go off smoothly?
Yes, sir.
And Don, that election precinct judge you heard from there at the beginning of the story, he believes that in 2020, there were 2,000 Donald Trump votes that were flipped from Trump to Biden there in Gillespie County. This is a lie that has been peddled by the My Pillow CEO, Mike Lindell. And Democrats are worried enough that for the first time in memory, they are sending out election poll watchers to various precincts around the county on Election Day tomorrow. Don?
All right, Ed Lavendera, thank you, Ed.
They are the projection party. By God, they're going to do the exact same thing they accused us of doing, which was their plan all along. I'm Zachariah, Lone Star Liberal. Y'all take it easy.
The adults in the room are acting like children, and so I think you can craft your own reality, and I think I expected to go out there and talk about what happened in the last election and whether they accepted that. Where I was surprised was how many people aren't accepting what's going to happen in the next election. And so when you have adults who are like, you don't need to believe what happened with Biden-Trump, then they're like, well, what should I believe about what's going to happen in a week? What's going to happen tomorrow? And already folks told me, well, I'm not going to believe it if I don't like it. And so I think it's
if I don't like it.
If I don't like it. If I don't get what I want, I don't have to accept it. So a lot of people are going to be happy tomorrow because they won't lose, because that's what they choose to accept. But again, I understand people want to be a part of a movement. They want community. They want a sense of meaning. You go to a lot of these events and you have politicians who give them a sense of meaning. They tell them they're a patriot. They tell them to fight. They follow those marching orders, and they're around like-minded people. I understand that. I empathize with wanting to be a part of those things. But I think it's very scary because it's being manipulated by people who should know better. You know, I'm constantly surprised by how far these narratives change and move. I go there with one expectation. I went to one expecting to talk about Roe v. Wade, and within minutes I'm talking to older women in Wisconsin who are talking about JFK Jr. being alive and the vice president. And so that, as a comedian, is shocking and humorous at times, but I think the exhaustion comes from just how quickly we move with our wishful thinking.